Hello, welcome to the Endless Entrepreneurs YouTube channel. This is a live stream today, just talking about a topic that I've been throwing around for a while in my head. I've thought about bringing this video and kind of outlining it for a lot of new beginners who may be hesitant to eBay, to reselling, and just to kind of getting out there and trying some new things. If you're new to my channel, I'm a part-time eBay seller, a full-time corporate finance analyst. I mainly sell used clothing on eBay, primarily men's and a little bit of women's and a little bit of shoes. I've been selling on eBay for quite a few years now, very seriously for probably 3 or 4. And I get a ton of questions, not questions, but just comments about limited capital or nervous to start selling. I get a lot of friends and people who they think it's cool, they want to start, but they're not really sure. And I think it's the process itself can be intimidating, all the thinking about steps that you need to do to open a business, because that's in fact what you are doing when you open an eBay account. Is you are opening a business, no matter how small or big that you want to make it. It is your own business, which can also be intimidating with all the factors that come with it. But then the number one constraint that I always hear is that I don't have any money to go buy stuff to then sell on eBay. I think the general conception is like, I need to be able to go to thrift stores, or I need to be able to go to garage sales, or I need to be able to buy inventory to then turn around and sell on eBay for a profit. And there are a lot of situations where if you really didn't have the capital and you didn't have the extra money not even an extra $1 to buy something to resell on eBay, there are ways that you could get your eBay business off the ground that aren't too difficult, and they definitely will take a little more patience. You're gonna have to, wait for things to turn over a little longer and to get that capital back to reinvest once you get the ball going. But there are ways, and I just kind of want to walk through that. This may be kind of a refresher for some people who've been selling for a long time, or it may not be as applicable to you. So, I do apologize if this isn't what you're looking for, but if you are looking for a way to get an eBay business off the ground and start it for little to no capital, and in this scenario I'm only going to make 3 assumptions. There's 3 assumptions are that you have a phone that can take pictures, that you have some type of printer that's usable, and if not, we can talk about how you can get one. Doesn't matter what kind of printer, and that you have some type of scale in your house. So like a bathroom scale, a food scale, something that you can weigh things with. Those are the only 3 assumptions I'm going to make. Everything else is that you have $0. So just to kind of level set, those are the 3 things we're going to assume here. I'm going to check the chat really quick. Hi, Terry. How you doing? And I will do some Q&A at the end. I just want to give the content up front for a lot of new sellers who are kind of curious and might be finding this video. I want to give this to them up front so that they can kind of chew on that and decide if it's something that is for them. So the first thing I'm going to go through is I'm going to share my screen here in a minute. I'm going to talk about the first couple steps to just set up an eBay business. I think sometimes that in itself, people think is this huge exercise, and it doesn't have to be. It only really comprises of 3 things. You need to set up your eBay account to start selling. You need to set up your PayPal account to start receiving payments when you sell things. And then you need to get some type of, your supplies that you're going to use for your business. Those 3 things you all can do for free pretty much. So let me just walk through this will be obviously a refresher for anyone who's been reselling. I'm going to go through it fairly quick. I'm just going to provide the links. I'm not going to actually start a new store. And I did put 3 links in the bottom for the sites I'm going to go to. So if you want to go straight there and you are a new seller, you can do that pretty easily. So let me share my screen here. All right. So the first thing is this link is in the chat, is in the description of the video. And this is the page you can go to get started. And eBay has a ton of great FAQs and articles here to help you along the way to get started. Just some questions you might have, but it's pretty painless to set up a seller account. You're going to do that first. Once you've set up your seller account and you have your username and you know what you're going to do, you have that there. The next thing you want to do is set up your PayPal, which I have this link as well. And you don't need any money to set up your PayPal, all right? They will charge you fees for transactions, but you already are receiving the money and they're taking the fees out of the money when you're selling. So you don't have to give that money up front. So again, we're staying with that $0 concept here, no investment. So those are the 2 core fundamental parts of your business. Is you're going to sell on eBay and you're going to receive payments through PayPal. Like that's the fundamental mechanics of how eBay works. You're going to post your items on eBay to sell and the payment's going to come through PayPal. Now, the third thing is a lot of people are like, well, I need to pack and ship. I think packing and shipping is the other really big intimidation factor that as someone who hasn't sold on eBay before really can be a tough hurdle to get over. And so the good news is when you first start, you can get all of your supplies for free on USPS website. So I navigated, you have to go up to this right-hand corner and hit register and sign in. But I navigated just to show you that there is literally a page called free shipping supplies. You can get every type of box you can think of. Priority mail, flat rate, envelopes, whatever you need for here for free. just to get you started. And as you get selling, you'll obviously find some cheaper, so you'll find some different types of packaging you might want to use, you might want to pay a little bit for. There is tape that you may have to use. I guess that technically isn't free. But in general, you can get pretty much everything you want for free here with $0. So that kind of gets you started there. Now, that gets your business kind of level set. You order those supplies, you get set up on eBay, you get set up on PayPal. Great. Now you're ready to rock, right? You're ready to start selling. But what do you sell? And the number one thing, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute here. The number one thing that I recommend, and really for anyone who wants to start selling, I even give this recommendation for someone who does have capital, is find all the items in your house or your apartment or wherever you are that you don't need or don't want, that have some type of value on eBay. And to find that value on eBay, you're going to use the search feature and search for sold listings for comparable items, right? And I'll walk through that in a minute on how to do that. But basically, the first thing I want to do is gather all those items. And then eBay has this thing when you start a new account where they're going to limit the amount of items you can list in 1 month period of time. Now, if you sell up to that limit quick, you have good feedback, sometimes you can call and get that raised sooner, but let's just assume you can't. And so for a month, I believe you only can list 10 items. So what's the next important thing, especially because you have zero money, you're not buying more inventory, is to rank those items, pick those 10 and rank them in the highest dollar amount and the ones that are going to sell the fastest. Some form of combination there, right? Because the goal in that first month is you only can list 10 things, is to sell those 10 and get capital in your hands so that you can reinvest it in your business, because that's the only way to get from zero to something. So that would be my first recommendation, is to do that. Now, the second thing, let's just say extreme circumstance, you don't have anything that you can afford to sell. Let's just say bare bones, you don't have anything that you can give up, that you need all essentially for your life. So there are other options, and I wanted to show this. I'm going to share my screen again here. So I was just scrolling on, oops, there's an email. Just scrolling on Craigslist. Under the free section, there's literally a free section. I'm here, I live in Charlotte, so search free stuff in Charlotte. You can find things for free on here. Go pick them up and flip them on eBay. And one prime example, I spent like 1 minute on here. Just open this up. But free women's shoes, size 10 and 11. I mean, these are in great shape. I mean, who knows what happened, what the story behind this is. But, I mean, these all look in good shape. If you picked all these shoes up for free, I mean, minimum, even those Nikes, you're going to get 20 or 30 bucks for a lot of those. Those 9 West ones, probably 15 to 20-ish, plus shipping. I think those are Under Armour, right? So here's the thing. Yeah, it's going to take some due diligence, and yeah, you're going to have to scan it and really be on top of it. Sorry for the email notifications. But that is a way that you really could dive in and find some free inventory without any dollars up front. Like, this is available to everyone, and in your area, I'm sure you can find lots of things that way. Now, granted, if you don't want to do that or you don't have to do it, then you don't, right? You can go buy inventory. But for someone who truly is on a $0 budget, there are ways to start getting inventory and get capital rolling. And this is just another way I want to show people that's out there, that you can get creative when you have to. Now, getting back to finding items that sell the fastest, one thing I'll just show, this is something for anyone new. If you want to search for the value of an item, you search for, describe it there, search for it. If it's used, whatever the condition is, filter on the condition, and click this button called Sold Listings. And when you click that button on Sold Listings, you can sort by highest, and you can see what the value is. So when you're trying to decide all the items that you have in your house, say it's clothing, whatever, and you're trying to figure out what's worth the most and what's going to sell the fastest, this is the best way to do that, and using the sold feature. So I'm going to stop sharing now and just kind of, come full circle with that. Oops, sorry, my dog is scratching the door. I have a golden retriever that is, he's adorable, but he can be very annoying and needy sometimes. But in either case, that's how I would first start and get it off the ground. And there are some tips in the chat I'll go over here at the end. But I want to transition now. So I don't want to leave it just at getting it off the ground, because I think that when you first get that initial capital back, right? So now you've sold a couple items that first month. Let's say you're able to sell 10 items. You have some capital. Now what do you do, right? So you have, let's just say you made $100 on the 10 items you sold, profit, and you have that. Now what do you do, right? You're out of those items. You just started selling eBay. And I think this is another hurdle that people kind of get stuck on. And the first thing that I would recommend is figure out what you want to sell. Like what's in your area that you enjoy looking for, that you enjoy selling. Figure that out during that first month while you only can list 10 things. Start searching your local thrift stores, right? Start, doing a scan of how many thrift stores you have in your area. How far away are they? How many miles are they? What's their pricing look like? Do they have sale days? Mark down all the sale days so that you can find inventory the absolute cheapest as possible. Start thinking about those things. Search in the eBay sold listings to find niches that sell really well. There's a growth tab that I believe is now on everyone's account that you can use to see what's trending and selling well. But during that first month, while you're waiting for those 10 items to sell, use that time to research, to plan, to learn your area, where are all the spots I can find inventory, and to really maximize when you start to get that capital back in, how do I reinvest it in my business? Because now once you get from zero to something, now you can just keep snowballing and reinvesting that back in. Leave it in the business. Take the profit, buy more inventory, list it. Take the profit, buy more inventory, list it. Try to grow your inventory so that your sales go up. And I think that, for a lot of people intimidating, that's the reason I'm making this video. I know there's a ton of seasoned, sellers who, follow my channel, a lot of other channels that might see this video. And this really isn't applicable to them. But I think there are so many people out there who really want to get started with eBay. I talk to them all the time. And I think that this is just a really easy, risk-free way to try it, right? Like everyone's so worried about the risk and what's going to happen. And I think that this is the best way to really, try it out without feeling like you're putting something at risk in your own personal life, or you're putting money up that you're never going to get back. And I think you'll find that once you sell a couple items and realize how easy it is, you're going to catch that bug and you're really going to kind of go full force in it. I mean, that's what usually happens to most people. Once they make a couple sales, it's like, oh boy. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to kind of cover in this video. It's just a quick tutorial of these are the 3 pillars you need, right? You need to set up an account, you need to eBay account, you need to set up a PayPal account, and you need to order your shipping supplies. Do that first, and then once you get that, then start finding the inventory, sell things in your house, or use Craigslist for free, and then snowball that profit back into growing. So I don't want to belabor that too much longer, but just wanted to summarize there. All right, so let's switch to the chat here. I'll do some Q&A. We got about 35 watching live. I know it's a bit earlier than I normally go live, so I wasn't expecting a ton of people. There are some questions not related to this topic. Someone's asking, how long should I wait to drop prices on items that don't move? My theory is if it's a good buy and you know that you purchased it right and it's priced right, don't drop the price. Just wait for the right buyer. Michelle's saying to not use a Google number for her eBay account, that she's had problems with it. I haven't ever heard of that, but that's something to be leery of, I guess, if you have a Google phone number, if there's problems with that. And I see Tanya in the chat. Hi, Tanya. If you haven't checked out Thrifty Treasures channel, you should. Tanya's got a lot of great content, and actually she sources some pretty cool stuff that you could learn about, and there's a lot of money in it, so definitely head over there. And yeah, Terry, no DJ radio voice today for me. I fixed my mic. I don't know what was going on with that. It was really weird. Let's see. And you can ask any questions, guys. It doesn't have to be on this topic. I'm going to be on for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to jump off and get a workout in and do my shipping. So I just wanted to – I've been thinking about doing this video for quite a while now, and I had a blog post written about it, and I just don't like long-form content. So I figured it'd be easier just to do some video and include some links and get it out there for everyone. So hopefully it helps someone who's new or interested in reselling for sure. That's a great question, Fabian says. He said, when starting out, should I use my personal address or P.O. box? So I use a P.O. box. Mine is more just from I have a lot of people watch my videos. I have a lot of people on my Instagram. I have people who buy things and they might not be happy with their purchase. And I use a P.O. box in case the return address is always not my house. Because I don't know, there might be some crazy buyer out there who does something dumb. Who knows, right? So Laura, Terry's saying hi to you. He's being shy today. But yeah, I use a P.O. box personally. If you have one to use, I would say, go for it. But, I don't think it's a necessity by any means. Oh, Laura's shaking the desk there. Cheryl said, where do you find the trending items bar? Let me show you on mine. I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone else, but I will share my screen real quick and show you. So the trending for me is you can go to my eBay and go to growth. And so this, you go sourcing guidance. And then you can start looking by category. So let's say my categories, dress shirts, and I don't use this route. So this shows the seasonality of it. So like button front shirts, actually peak season is like March and April, which is kind of ironic. I wouldn't have thought that button front shirts or dress shirts would have been more on this end. But clearly you can see from July to about today is like the death valley. So we're starting to come out of the valley. And, you know, this, you can do sleeve length, you can do fit, you can do color. It just kind of shows the opportunity and the sales volume as it goes for eBay. So it's a pretty powerful tool. If you have it on your My eBay tab, you definitely should use it. I think it really helps you. It'll help you stay not discouraged too during the slow times, right? If you look at the items you like to sell and you look at the kind of stuff on there, it can help you stay motivated if you have slow sales and it's supposed to be slow sales during those months, Let's see. Question, what is your average daily sales? Oh, that's a great question, Klein. So last month I sold, what did I sell? Hold up. Last month I sold almost $5,400. So that's an average of, I just type it in my spreadsheet here. So about $175 a day. This month I think I'm going to break 7,000 for the first time ever. So that's closer to, it's a little over 200 bucks a day. I'm hoping to be, ideally I'd like to be at about 350 a day at some point. I think that I'm going to get pretty close to 350 or 400 a day as we get to fourth quarter time. I hope. I've been putting in the work. I've got almost 2,000 unique items in my store, and I've got like 33 or 3,400 actual quantity of items because I have a lot of multi-quantity. So I'm hoping, summer slowdown really hit me hard. Like doing 5,400 in July, I was pretty happy with how slow the month was. So hopefully that gives some perspective. And I pretty much only sell clothing, Klein. All right, guys. Well, if you don't have any more questions, I'm probably going to wrap up. I have a lot to get done tonight. Klein said he did his first $600 a day and have 500. That's awesome. What do you sell, Klein, if you don't mind me asking? Joni, no, I don't have an anchor store. I have a premium store. It's not worth it yet to get an anchor until I have about 2,800 unique items. Paul Rowe just asked, is the desk behind me for sitting or standing? I need a new desk with my injury. So yeah, this is a standing desk I got from IKEA for about 240 bucks. It's just got a crank lever action here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Cranks up and down really easy, low resistance, best investment I've ever made. It's been really, I don't know, I enjoy standing. I get a lot more done. So that's awesome, Klein. $600 a day in clothing. That's amazing. I had a $550 day back in, it was like right around New Year's Day last year. So I'm curious to see what that time of year is like for me this year. I've pretty much doubled my listings since then. So it'll be interesting to see what it grows to. No problem, Paul. Yeah, I highly recommend the standing desk if you ever, if you get to the point where you can invest in that for your business. It saved my back a lot. I have a lot of lower back issues, so I would much rather stand than bend. Lavelle just asked, I have an old school Jennifer Lopez jogging suit. Should I list it vintage and around how much? I don't know what to tell you. I've never had one, but what I showed earlier in the video where I searched on sold listings, I would type in the description of your item and click sold listings and sort it by highest and see what some have sold for, and then I would price accordingly. Ooh, Klein said he found a new tags purple label Ralph Lauren pants, so that helped when he sold that day. Yeah, how much did you get for that? What, 300 or 400 probably? At least 2, I would guess. Terry saying she thinks she saw one on sale at OfficeDepot.com for the standing desk. Yeah, definitely shop around. We have an IKEA right here in Charlotte, so we were just there getting other stuff, and I saw it and jumped on it. I'm sure you can find better deals. I saw it and liked it. 175 for the Ralph Lauren purple label new attack pants. Nice. That's a great score. Or step up. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up. Thanks so much for stopping in, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button for me if you don't mind on the way out. I really appreciate the support. If you have any questions or you're new to my channel and you watch this video from start to finish and you're thinking about getting eBay, don't hesitate to shoot me a message, drop a comment, You can follow me on Instagram at Endless Entrepreneurs. Feel free to direct message me and ask questions if you're just getting started. More than happy to help. So love having new eBayers and new people in the reselling community. Have an awesome night, guys, and I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow night, actually, before I go, here's a plug. Ryan Roots and Allie Roots from Rally Roots, the YouTube channel. They are going to be on my channel. We are going to be talking everything that has to do with bulk buying and wholesaling. So should be a really awesome show, 7 p.m. Eastern time here on my channel. I'll be promoting on Instagram. I would love to have you guys stop by and watch. It should be a good one. So have an awesome night, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.